My week as a developer. Let's get into it. All right, guys, this is your boy Joe back at it again. CodingPhase.com. Your boy is back, and I done did it again one more time. So this is a new series that I'm about to start, which is gonna be basically recapping what I did throughout the whole week as a developer, right? And basically giving you guys, an inside look of what I do on a weekly basis and what have I accomplished, and at the same time, so you guys can see the growth and when things go good, when things go bad. Okay, so let's get into it, right? Hopefully you like this series that I'm creating now. I want to come in and show you guys like what I do, because I think it's important for you guys that wonder, man, what the hell does Joe do on a daily basis. Also to give you guys motivation, because sometimes some of you guys, yeah, feel like y'all don't have time to get things done, and you're like, man, I don't even know what I can do because my time is limited. I got a full-time job, I got a family, etc. I want to break down everything that I did this week. So, again, let's get started, right? So, this is for May 4th to May 11th, which is today. All right. So, for development, what I did this week, I basically built a prototype for a new software as a service. It's a new social platform that I'm creating to help people grow on social media, and it was pretty cool, right? We got to build all of the you know things that you're gonna need for this app to actually get started. As far as the front end, I still gotta work on the back end, but pretty much I got all of the pages that I need for this application. Okay, from there I actually worked on my personal portfolio. That's another thing too that I've been wanting to do, get my personal portfolio out there. For years I haven't just updated it or done anything with it, right? So now I said, you know what, let me go in and set up like a nice portfolio, have some projects, some of the companies that I work for, and just, have it there, right? Just in case somebody ever wants to go to my portfolio, or just Google's my name or whatever, they could go in and see my actual portfolio as a developer. From there, I actually built a couple of assessment tests that I did. So the last week, I went to a couple of interviews. Then some of these interviews, they gave me a couple of assessment tests to basically do for the job. Now, currently, right now, I'm not really looking for a job, but I'm always doing research. This way, I know exactly what my students is going through. So I actually put myself out there, go through the interviews, basically go through the same process that all of my students is gonna go through. So that way, I could really give them feedback on what companies are asking for and what they're actually requiring of you. Okay, so yes, a lot of times people just come in here and they think, well, this guy just create courses. No, I'm actively doing a bunch of things to make sure my students actually get results, and the best way to do it is by being in the industry, being part of it, right? Going through the process of applying to jobs, going through the interview, seeing what's the process looking like, what are companies asking for, right? And that way you could really give results to your own students, right? By the way, if you guys don't know, I have a platform called CodingPhase.com. If you guys haven't checked it out, definitely go check it out. I basically help people get into the industry, right? Teach them all of the skills that they need. And I'm constantly doing research and basically looking at what companies ask for to make sure that my students actually get results. So again, let's go back into this, right? So that was development. That's what I did. So yes, I built like three HTML emails, and I did one landing page. So that was for four different interviews that I did this week, and they all gave me assessment tests, which, to be honest with you, was kind of annoying. But it is what it is. This is what people have to go through. So I did it. Also to keep myself sharp, right? The next thing that I did was, as far as business, right? I actually got a co-founder, right? I put it out there on Twitter. I say, hey man, I'm looking for a co-founder. I got this idea, right? Good friend of mine's called me up and was like, hey man, let's hop on a call, da da da. And from there, hey, he's my co-founder, right? And we're not gonna go too deep into it, but it's a guy that I respect a lot. Has actually built a couple of software as a service. Still has a big company where they have a whole bunch of other developers that work for him. And what's really cool is that he really liked the idea that I have for this new application. And actually, I don't have to code anything. Right? So I did the whole prototype, right? I built all those pages, I did all of the things. And then, the homie said, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'll get a team on this. We're going to go in and we're going to focus on the application itself, right? The idea of it, marketing it, right? And getting it out there. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, shout out to the co-founder. We're going to keep all of this secret. We don't want to go in and give too much details about the application itself or who are the owners. Just know that it's me and someone else. That's it, right? I probably won't even share like what's the app, just because I don't even want people to know that I own it. I just want people to enjoy the app. You know how people they like you and they don't like you, and if you're having success, people going out of their way to basically just throw hate at it or won't even use it knowing that it's yours, right? So for that, we'll go in and we'll keep it like as if somebody else owns it, and nobody even knows that it's my own company. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. So yeah, that was pretty cool, right? I don't have to code it, right? I just have to come up with the ideas and pretty much how the company is going to work, which is going to be great, which leaves a lot of time for me to do everything else that I have to do with my other businesses. Another thing too that we have is I did 2 hour accountability meeting on Monday with my students. So again, for anybody that goes to CodingPhase.com, on Mondays we do basically 2 hours with me, and I'll go into your projects, your portfolio, look at all the things that you've done, and it was pretty, a pretty good accountability meeting. I'll be honest with you, because a lot of people came in and showed me their projects. A lot of people are at the point where they're ready to start building their portfolio. So they already have their projects for their portfolio, and now they're going to be ready in this following week to actually start applying to jobs. So I'm looking forward to that, because again, the goal is to get you in, but you need to go in and go through the courses, build the projects, and I'm excited for those guys and girls who are actually at that point, because now they're gonna go into the interviews, and then now we're gonna hash out whatever happens in the interviews to make sure that they land that position. The next thing that I did was I did 2 live streams on YouTube, right? I consider all of this part of business, right? So I did 2 hours on live streams on YouTube. I did, I think, 1 or 2 videos, 10-minute videos for YouTube. I did an announcement video. I also did a video where I talked about, let me see, what was it that we did this week? Yeah, we got the announcement video, and I also did, yeah, the benefits along of, making it into the tech industry, right? So that was pretty cool. That was a really good video that I created talking about, how just even getting in the industry and being able to have that extra income to be able to invest into yourself and invest into, maybe the stock market, real estate. Like that was such a no-brainer thing that a lot of people don't even think about. They think about, well, I'm gonna have a good job and this and that, but really just the fact that you could even make money by working at a company and getting, stock options, or even having the extra money to go in and invest yourself into the stock market, which helps you grow. So I talked about that. Go check it out. I'll probably leave a link on the description of this video so you guys can check out that video. I dropped a lot of gems in there. You definitely got to watch it. The next thing that I did was I did about 11 30-minute calls with students, right? Future students of CodingPhase.com. By the way, if you want to come to CodingPhase.com and you have some questions, you could actually book a call. Go to the website, click on the menu, click on book a call. And if you're serious about signing up to CodingPhase, but you have some questions, definitely you can book a call. Again, these calls are for new students. This is not for current students. or anybody that has signed up to CodingPhase.com before, if you already signed up to CodingPhase.com, show up to the accountability meetings. That's where you got to come in and ask all your questions, and I'll sit down and I'll look at your work. This is for new students, new prospect students that want to come to Coding Phase but have some concerns or some questions. Guess what? I'll go in and sit down with you for 30 minutes. So I did 11 of those throughout this week. So that was pretty cool. Out of those 11 people, I believe, 6 of them actually signed up. The other ones were, hey, I'm thinking about signing up by the end of the month. I'm thinking about signing up next week. So let's see what happens. God bless them. If they want to come in, they come in. If they don't, hallelujah, man. I'm here to help you guys out, but you got to help yourself out. If you don't want to do shit with your life, that's on you. I'm not here to convince you. The next thing that I did was I created a new marketing videos for the Profitable Developer course. So I added that there. Definitely go check it out. Also to created the outline for the software as a service sections for the Profitable Developer course that's going to be being released on June 1st. Currently, right now, anybody that's on the Diamond membership can actually get access to it before it's actually released. So you're basically getting a preview of what the course is going to look like, and you're able to take it, just by being a Diamond member for free. On June 1st, it's going to be sold separately on its own website, on its own domain, right? And basically, in that course, what I cover is everything from freelancing online, freelancing locally, selling digital products, and also to software as a service, and how to do the marketing strategies so you could actually go in and be able to scale those businesses that you're going to create as a developer, right? Somebody who has skills, how you monetize all of your skills. So if you're definitely interested in that, I'm going to put a link in the description so you could either buy the pre-order or you could sign up as a Diamond member to codingphase.com and basically get access to it. I'm telling you guys right now, this is the best course that I've created. It's like literally gonna make you money. All you have to do is just follow every step that I give you. The next thing that I have here is I did research for new digital products to sell on marketplaces. So again, for those of you guys that don't know, I also own a digital agency on the side. We basically make digital products, things from stickers to printable pages to themes to templates. And we basically put it on all the different marketplaces that's out there, things like Etsy, Creative Marketplace. You have Theme Forest, right? We have a lot of different places where we sell our digital products. And from there, we make some money. So again, now I had to go in and do the research. What are the new things? What are the new trends? What are the new type of products that we need to create now for this summer so we could go in and make some money in the summertime, and also to prepare for, for November and December, where there's a lot of new sales in there. So I have to create that plan now before I actually go in and start building anything. So I need to do the research. There's no point of you creating something if you haven't done the research. It's very important, right? Because if not, then you'll build a theme or you build a digital product that no one is going to buy. You need to have a plan. So again, that's what I did this week. Then the next stage that I did is investments, right? Now I'm sharing here 2 of my accounts. These are 2 accounts that I'm actually growing. These are small accounts. This is not my actual main accounts. My main accounts, we made a killing this week, but this is the small accounts that I'm actually using for a course that I'm doing on Coding Phase, which is going to be the foundation of how you call it, like trading and investment trading, right? We're talking about short term, long term, right? We're going to go into all of that. And what I wanted to do was challenge myself to start with a small account. Okay. How do I go in and start with a very, very small account? Maybe, $1,000, $2,000, and then from there grow it. And that's what we've been able to do with that account in the last 5 days. So interesting, right? So so it's actually pretty cool, right? You go in, been growing this thing, right? This one, the cash account, it kind of went down this week. I took too many risks, right? And this is something that's going to happen. Not every single day is going to be green. Not every single day is going to be going up. That's normal. what you want to do is minimize your losses, right? And that's something that even I have to work on it after, like, 2 3 years of doing day trading. And yeah, I took a little quick L here, which was fine because at the end of the day, I made it back and some more. Okay. But technically, if I would have not taken this L, this should have been like a $800 $900 increase. And then this one is a margin account. So I decided that I was going to take some of the money that I had on the cash account to put it on a margin account. And the reason why I did that was because with a cash account, it's great because you're basically able to trade the cash that you have on hand. Okay. So you can't trade anything more than that. But with a margin account, when there's a really good opportunity, Weeble allows you to basically borrow money, right? And again, this is only after you already know what you're doing. So you're able to borrow money on, on your trade. So basically, let's say for example, you have $1,000. Weeble will go in and say, okay, if you want to trade this $1,000, you actually have two times leverage, right, for a overnight trade, right? You also have a four times leverage, meaning that if, let's say, you was to do a trade for $1,000, they could actually go in and let you trade with $4,000. So that allows you to make even more money. You see the difference between this one, right? How this one grew even much faster than this one, as far as like the money, and it's because you're basically trading with a margin account. This right here is just pure cash, meaning that if I traded $1,000, that's as much as I could trade. But with this, I could actually go in and say, let me take a little quick risk, right? I was gonna trade 1,000, but guess what? Since I was gonna trade 1,000, let's do it on a margin. Now I'm trading 4,000, and then now I could go in and grow it even more. For this situation, I think we started with just $2,000. So with that $2,000, we was able to basically bring it up, like 55% of just the total amount, right? As far as like the margin account, but it was pretty cool. I think it's like $2,000 $3,000 that I actually added in there. Again, because as opportunities were popping up, what I was doing is like, okay, let me not use the cash account and let's just switch it over to the margin account where I could take a bigger pay. So that was pretty interesting. So again, I'll be doing, switching and transferring between both accounts. The goal is to try to make the most money when it makes sense. So when it makes sense, I'll use a cash account if I don't want to take too much risk. If I want to go in and say, hey man, I don't have no more daily trades. So again, that was another thing too. If I have more daily trades, right, you only have 3 daily trades that you could do if your account is under 25,000. So in that situation, what I did was I said, you know what, let me go in. Whenever I have a daily trades, I could do it over here. Whenever I don't have daily trades, then I just go in and use the cash account. So, it's just vice versa, right? Different strategies. The goal is to make money, okay? But yeah, so it's pretty nice, right? It's like $1,800, right? That we was able to make on a really, really small account, okay? So again, we basically, I believe we almost like doubled the money that we started with. I started in the beginning of the month with like, $2,000, and now I got it to like $1,800. So again, this is the same account, and it's gonna be pretty interesting. We're gonna talk about all of this inside of that trading course that I'm building on CodingPhase. And again, I'm not trying to tell you guys gonna get the same results as me. You're gonna make mad money. No, I'm telling you guys this takes time. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do paper trading, which is you don't have to use your own money. But then once you already have enough green weeks where you say, damn, I really got this, I suggest, at that point you take a risk. You get what I'm saying? It's up to you. But yeah, for the personal, right, this is what I did, right? I actually worked out, right? I got to work out like 2 days out of this week, so that was interesting. Okay, I was able to I'm trying to get in shape, bro. Like you see me, I'm losing a little bit of weight, right? But now let's build this up, right? We don't want to be a skinny dude with a big ass head. We don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like we need to come in, build this up, right? So we don't look sick out here. It's like, damn, Joe caught something I'll see outside in the streets. Like, what's going on, Joe? Nah, man. So working out. losing weight, but also to building muscle. So again, you're gonna see the results over the year. So that's the goal for this too. When I'm doing this whole thing, where I'm breaking down what I did throughout the week, so you can know exactly what I've done, how I'm making some good money in investments, how I'm able to take care of myself, how I balance or my family, and you can see all of the things that I do throughout a week, and that could hopefully motivate you to understand that yes, you have time for everything. You have time for education, you have time for investment, you have time for work, you have time for family. You just gotta be somebody that applies yourselves and understand that you just gotta go and prioritize different things, for different days. But you have the time. All right. And don't think like, man, I don't have time for anything. It's like, yes, you do. Because if I'm able to do all of the shit that I do on a weekly basis, you could definitely do way more than that because you don't do as much shit as me. Okay. Right. Play new Star Wars Fortnite with my son. Right. So new Star Wars came out. That was interesting. I really enjoyed that. I'm probably going to play with him a little bit more after this video. And I cooked some barbecue ribs. This is for the family, right? I did a little barbecue. That's my son's favorite, right? They all love when I cook barbecues. Sometimes it's funny when we go in and we'll buy like barbecue from somewhere else. I'm like, I don't like this shit. I only like daddy's ribs. I only like daddy's steak. I only like daddy's chicken. Like, so it always feels good when you're able to give some time to your family and they enjoy what you do for them. So God bless them, right? And thank God for them, right? Shout out to my wife, Mother's Day, right? Yesterday we went out to eat. Remember, I did a quick video talking about I'm gonna do a giveaway of whatever 10% I make throughout this week, and then that's something that we're gonna go in and do for you guys. And also to give 2 sneakers to some of you guys that might want it. Okay, so we always trying to give back. So I'm not one of these random people that you see on YouTube and all this shit that they just take. No, I give back and I bust my ass, right? I bust my ass for my students. I bust my ass for my subscribers. I do what I have to do. And I always give back. If you don't believe me, ask anybody that's been here for years. We've given MacBooks Pros, we're giving freaking money, we've given shit, we've given so much shit. Like, look it up. So we always constantly giving back. Now, I also taught my baby, how to clap. So I have a little newborn, right? She's 9 months old now. So I got her to start clapping in Spanish, right? I'm like, yo, aplaude, and she's like, yeah, she got it now. So that was a big thing that I really enjoyed, and I'm super excited for her because I'm like, damn, my baby, look at my baby. She getting big. She already clapping, right? And she already saying papa, mama. So now is I'm trying to get her to start walking. She already has the walker. Now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna teach her this week how to balance herself, right? This is something that I do for all of my kids. I'm the one that goes in, helps them with, standing up, helps them with walking, helps them with talking. My wife is always there too. She always does her part, but I take pride on that. You know what I mean? That's my part. That's what I do. Dad that comes around, teaches the kids, right? So again, that's my week right there, guys. So I hope you guys like this little recap. I'm probably gonna do this once a week, and you're gonna see the growth of even that investment account. Again, that's not my personal account. That's the account that I'm using that is gonna be public. Okay, so that way people can go in and be like, damn, we seen this shit when this shit was only getting, $100 a day, $300 a day, $1,500 a day, right? Till how we go in and we start bringing it up where we make, $5,000, $10,000 on a daily basis. I want to document that, okay? And I'm gonna document it on this weekly meetings that we're gonna go in and release here for you guys, and just a breakdown. And what's really cool is I was just thinking about this, right? So as I'm creating this freaking document, right, to break this down, I just got an idea for a new software as a service, right? To journal your journey, right, of like on a weekly basis of everything that you did for the week, right? Having like a dashboard that gives you, your goals, right? There's a lot of productivity apps, but something like this where you have your investments, your business, right? Maybe some work, right? Your personal life, and then you could track all of that and see a dashboard of the growth of that. Okay, and see how much time you spent on each one. That will be cool. So it's funny, right? We're here talking about this, and I just start getting ideas on the next application that I want to build, and that's what you should do, right? Look at things that you are doing, things that people are having problems with, or things that could solve problems for you with code. And trust me, if you're having that problem, other people are having that problem. Now you could go in and basically provide that as a service. So yeah, I just thought about this. Maybe next week you won't see this as a document. You'll probably see a whole dashboard breaking down everything that I did throughout the week. So let's see, right? All right, guys. So, anyways, it's your boy Joe back at it again, codingphase.com. Guys, if you want to learn how to code, you have to come to CodingPhase, guys. I'm telling you guys, okay? This is a platform that I created for helping people get into the tech industry. Okay, it's not for everybody. It's not for the papi and mommy kids. This is for the people that want to get results. This is the people that don't mind putting in the work, right? That are realistic. We're not here trying to tell you, hey man, you're gonna get $100,000 job on your first job. That's cap, man. That's what people tell you when they want you to go in and spend thousands of dollars, right? When I come in here, I just tell you the truth, man. These are the type of positions that I can help you with to get started with. And once you have experience, then we could focus on this. But if we can't get you in, right? Like, stop thinking about this. Focus on how you get in, how you put money in your pocket, how you build experience, and what type of skills you learn. You don't want to just learn skills that is always going to keep you in a job. You want to have skills that you could put to work for you. Okay, this is why we focus on things like email development, Shopify, and full stack development. Once you have these things, that allows you to go in and create your own software as a service, basically sell yourself to companies as far as email marketing campaigns, running people's campaigns, building people's online stores. And again, all of the skills that we focus on here are things to get a job, but then that you can use outside of the job. So definitely go check out the link in the description. It should give you a discount, right, of 20% off. So again, this is what it's going to look like for you. Very simple. You have all of the things that it's in here that's going to break down everything that we provide for you on codingphase.com. Basically $72 a month. You're paying $2.40 per day. Now, if you sign up for a yearly, right, you're basically paying 80 cents a day. That's $292. At that point, guys, if you think that that's too much, maybe you shouldn't be doing this, right? Because again, this is only for people that need the help, that want to get results, right? And want to come in to a platform that's going to really help them out, learn the skill and get them in, right? If you want to go in and do everything else that's out there, go ahead. And when you're ready, if you failed that way, come back in. We always going to take care of you. CodingPhase is not going nowhere. It's a platform that we've been basically running for the last 7-8 years, and we're not going nowhere. CodingPhase is staying right here, serving the community and helping people out. Again, guys, I'll see you guys later. It's your boy Joe back at it again, codingphase.com. Peace.